Members, the House is resumed. We are on the second reading of the Telecommunications Development Levy Amendment Bill, and Tracy Martin was speaking and has 3 minutes 30 remaining if she wishes.
I do, Mr. Speaker, I do.
Tracy Martin.
Thank you very much. Can I just, at the time I was launching into a bit of a tirade, perhaps one might call it, around Spark, and I want to just acknowledge that I want to let the directors of Spark know that Mr. Connor Roberts earns his money, because within a minute of my sitting down, Mr. Roberts emailed me to make sure that I had a copy of the press release, to make sure that I knew what it was that I couldn't believe that they had said. But I still don't believe that you said it. But thank you very much, Mr. Roberts. I really appreciate it. Can I just read this other little bit, Mr. Speaker, about what this levy pays for? We have gone on and on. It's been on and on about rural broadband and the mobile black spots, and they are incredibly important, particularly the mobile black spots, particularly for Northland. I think I was referring to the fact that on the 12th of March 2015, in Kerry today, the Prime Minister confirmed funding of $100 million to extend rural broadband initiative and $50 million to fix mobile black spots in remote areas around the country. Can't say that the industry didn't know it was coming, I would have thought, and this was back in March. So all the way along, the industry has known that this is what is coming. So to say that they weren't consulted, to say that they didn't have an opportunity, is disingenuous. And the last thing, sir, before I sit down, because I know there are other members absolutely gagging to stand up and talk to this bill, and I will have more to say at the committee stage and at the third reading stage, is that I just want to read this out from the Telco Review New Zealand website, to make sure that we all understand that this is not just about mobile black spots, it's not just about rural broadband. This levy is used to pay for telecommunications infrastructure, including the relay services for deaf and hearing impaired persons, broadband for rural areas, and improvements to the 111 emergency service. So these things are important to New Zealanders. They were concerned at the time when it was removed, and it's interesting that the cost suggested is now being suggested that it will be passed on, that it's onerous to the consumer. It was originally a cut in costs in 2011 from $65 million to $50 million. As I say, New Zealand First doesn't just agree with the government because it wishes to agree with the government. We're here to hold them to account. But the reality is New Zealand First will not just stand and oppose legislation on a political basis. This is a levy that is being continued. It came in 2011. The telecommunications company need to take it up with the government if they have a problem. There is no need for them to increase their pricing. So, Mr. Roberts, I hope to see you next week in my office, probably. But at this stage, please reverse your press release. Kia ora.
Kanawajis, Singh